Oh
What do
my
you
God.
watch?
It's
What you
Watch
watching?
These Bitches, and there's a lot of things on the list.
I know. What you watching?
I saw a movie in the theater,
What'd you see?
Dr. Sleep.
Why?
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's the sequel to The Shining.
I like The Shining.
I love The Shining.
So, I mean, why wouldn't you see this?
Because Stanley Kubrick's dead and Jack Nicholson's not in it.
But they did a really nice job with it.
Well,
First of all, I
dies,
didn't know this movie existed. I didn't realize that they were making a sequel to The Shining. I don't know how they were
Well, it was a
marketing
book
this.
First. You understand?
I figured I didn't know about that either,
Okay.
and somehow I don't know. I missed all the marketing on it as well. But when I read like a quick little, I didn't read any reviews, but I read like a little summary, and it basically the summary was that they tried to emulate Kubrick's style with the sequel, and remain true to Stephen King's novel. And I think they did a really good job with it. It wasn't perfect. It's not as good as The Shining, but if you're a fan of The Shining, I mean, I was really, really thrilled to be able to see this in the theater. And we went to the theater in Levittown, not Levittown, Limbrook.
Okay.
You ever been to that one?
Which one? I've been to
the Regal, I believe.
The new one, the one that's like 9 stories.
Yes.
I haven't been there, but I see it on the train all the time. It's gigantic and brand new, so I'm sure you loved it.
It was so loud. You never go to a theater and say, "Oh, it's almost too loud." Mrs. Cheapy had her hands over her ears during the the previews and commercials and stuff. And they have the same type of music, like the Shining type music in this, and it's just so loud and sounded so good. But of course, like it's a long movie because all movies are now 2.5 hours. And I'd say like by the last half an hour, there was a group of people sitting behind us, and they just started chatting and chatting and chatting. And I had to shush them, Wombat. And they shut up.
Then mission accomplished.
Yep.
Now here's a question. I saw this on the Twitters.
Yeah.
From certain people about this movie.
Yeah.
So it doesn't give anything away about the movie, and I haven't seen it. But in your professional opinion,
yes,
do you think this movie would have been more successful if they had called it The Shining 2: Dr. Sleep?
Absolutely, because I almost missed it.
So why didn't they?
I don't know. And like you said, like, why would you said you liked The Shining even, and you still were avoiding this movie because I don't know, they didn't get the word out on it that this was not like some shitty cash in, and that they really they really cared and put effort into it, and it's Kubrick-esque. That's all you could ask for.
Marvel's Dr. Sleep, it would have done even better.
Much better.
Dr. Sleep was a great character. He only appeared in 3 comics in the early 50s, but still, those were good issues.
Anyway, I recommend Dr. Sleep. It's if you like The Shining, you have to see it and try to see it in the theater because I don't know why, but it's it was usually the theater experience kind of sucks.
I don't know. I mean, I have a giant TV in my house now.
Yeah.
I find going to the theater, it really has to be a really good reason for me to get into a theater.
Yeah, we had a night off. Ty was at Grandma and Grandpa's, and we needed some adult activity. And this, we went to like an early show. We were still
Exciting.
home by 11. Don't worry.
There's some really good places to eat around there. You should have looked some up.
We did.
Okay.
I can't remember where we ate though. Oh no, you know where we ate? We ate at Bigelow's.
That is not no.
Yes, Bigelow's is the
missed
best.
opportunity to try something new and exciting.
Bigelow's fried clams in Rockville Center is one of the
they're
greatest
delicious,
things.
but you eat there like 17 times a week.
We don't. Anyway, what else we have in Watch This Bitches?
So, okay, I watched this on Netflix because it's a documentary on Netflix. And it is the most wombat documentary Netflix is. It's like they put my interest into a blender. And
what's the name of it? And I will tell you what it's about.
Okay, it's called Echo in the Canyon. Or Echoes in the Canyon.
Is it about Echo and the Bunnymen?
It is not about Echo and the Bunnymen.
That was going to be my guess as well.
Is it about a classic rock band?
It is about classic rock and roll.
Okay. Is it about a specific like studio or
kinda
label?
Not a label. how about a specific one block in California between 1965 and 1968?
Good, close. Okay,
It's about
there pretty
Laurel
quick.
Canyon in the late 60s. The documentary is hosted and produced by Jacob Dylan, Bob Dylan's son from the Wallflowers.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the guy from the Wallflowers, and he is interviewing all the people that were there at the time, like Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and the surviving Mamas and the Papas, and Roger McGuinn from the Byrds, and all sorts of Eric Clapton's in it, all sorts of Ringo Starr, basically everyone that would, do it. And then in between that,
And that was still alive.
and that was still alive, like all the people that were there and are still alive. He basically
Sure.
was able to get in his documentary and give their firsthand knowledge, and then he would perform a cover of it, of like a song from that era, with like someone else, with one of his contemporaries. So you'd have like them doing a Byrds B-side, and it would be sung by Jacob Dylan and Beck.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I'm like, oh, this is, and it is. It's like, oh, here, look, it's all my interests combined. It's all the boring white guy music in one documentary. I highly recommend it. And even better, there's a companion album that goes along with it. That's on, your favorite streaming thing. It's on Spotify for sure. And the album's pretty good.
Fantastic then.
Yep.
I'll check out the album. I'm not.
You would
gonna
like
watch
the
it.
album. It's got a lot of cool people on. It's got your Regina Spektors and your Jacob Dylans and your Becks and what's his face from Queens of the Stone Age is on it, and all sorts of cool people singing songs from the mid to late 60s. So, Echo in the Canyon, check it out. I highly enjoyed it.
Hey man, is that Freedom Rock?
Exactly. They skip a lot of big moments that I know happened around that time to keep it a little bit more of a friendly documentary, but I'm okay with that.
I watched a music documentary of sorts on the plane. I watched Rocket Man.
Oh, how was that?
That is so much more entertaining than Bohemian Rhapsody.
Right.
It tells basically the same story, except Elton John doesn't die.
And it's better.
Yep. It's creative.
Yeah, it's something like it's like somebody made something that they want you to watch.
That sounds crazy. Yeah, I was surprised at how little I liked Bohemian Rhapsody. You think I would love that movie,
Yeah, everybody should.
right?
Well, you remember Sacha Baron Cohen was supposed to be starring in that movie.
That wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't. It had
Was he
nothing
gonna-
to do
like,
with
the acting was
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
No, but you know why he didn't do it though, right?
Because it was a bad
Because-
movie.
No, because originally there's obviously a lot of people pulling at the movie, and the band wanted the movie to be half over once Freddie died, and then there's whole nother half of the movie where it goes on without Freddie, and it shows Queen being triumphant, and Sasha was like, No,
Well, it ended up not being that either.
I know because probably everybody said that.
How ridiculous is that?
Right, exactly. But he I think he said that on Howard Stern. He told that story.
right.
But he would have probably been good in that. But yeah, you're right. Everybody was fine in that for sure.
Yeah, no, they were good. I would say the acting in that movie is fine. It's just they didn't give them anything to do in the
Right.
entire movie. Whereas in Rocket Man, it's more it's more fantasy based, but it's all like still
It's a musical.
right. It's still grounded in like, hey, this is a fun story about Elton John.
Here's a dumb question for someone who hasn't seen the movie yet. How much Bernie Taupin is in this movie? Like, does
A
he
lot.
get the credit he deserves?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Major
asking.
character.
I don't know. I haven't seen it, and I feel like that would because that would bother me. I'm that.
No,
I'm
he's-
that person who would watch it and go, he deserves some credit.
Oh.
No,
It's
he's
yeah.
he's the supporting actor.
It's
Okay.
a straight up Broadway show in a movie form.
Yeah, that I know. I heard that's what it's like. So
It's nice.
yeah.
It's-
I'm a big Elton John fan. It's crazy I haven't seen it yet. I've seen him live though 5 times. It's got to count for something.
I just
5 times.
he's got another tour coming to Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah.
The tickets are pretty expensive.
I was gonna say, but that's a little out of my range.
Yeah. That's a
So-
big ask.
Yeah,
Anybody watch The Mandalorian?
I did.
Yes.
Did you watch it, GB?
No, I don't have Disney Plus yet.
What?
What is wrong with you?
Really?
I just haven't gotten it yet. I mean, what?
What is
Why are we doing this
wrong
show?
with you?
Wait a minute. Why do I have to have it now?
Because you have to.
Why?
Because it's important for the podcast
To do what?
to talk about The Mandalorian.
But I was going to watch it with Ty.
So watch it with Ty.
He's
it still
busy
means you have
until
to
the
get
weekend.
Disney Plus.
The weekend I can get it.
Fine.
I didn't rush to get it.
You stink.
I knew I wasn't going to be able to watch it.
Uh-huh.
And I've seen everything else on there.
You could have made time to watch it with him.
No, but I want to watch it with Ty.
I know. I'm saying you could have made time to watch it together.
No, it's like an hour show, right?
No.
No, it's 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's 39 minutes or something like
That's
that.
still too long. He doesn't have that time.
Yes, he does. If
He
your son
doesn't. He literally
39
doesn't.
If your son doesn't have 39 minutes to sit and watch a
He
TV
doesn't.
show with his dad, then there's something
He
wrong.
does. He has it on Saturday. He does, and on Sunday he does.
There's no reason to not have that much time on a Wednesday night. What is he? What is
He's
he
got
doing?
Japanese school, and the homework for that is as more than the homework he gets from American school.
That sounds like a problem.
It's fine.
It's a problem.
For who?
He's gonna get to college and he's gonna like implode when he doesn't have. homework
Why?
to
He's
do every night.
fine. He's. Well, I don't think he's going to implode. Why
He's
would he
gonna implode because
Why
I've seen it
implode?
happen.
From what?
From I saw it happen to numerous friends of mine. I saw it happen to my nephew.
But
gotta be
implode from
careful.
what? He's
From going from a structured existence with no free time to all of a sudden having free time and not knowing how to manage their
But
life
he's only
when they have
he's only
free time.
12 right now.
I know, that makes
like
it
6
worse.
years between then and now.
I'm not going to tell you how to parent. You do what you want.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be doing fine.
Start by getting Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm. And sitting down and spending some quality time with them. Those memories will last a lifetime.
Wombat,
Uh-huh.
you know that I spend more time with my child than you spend with your children, right?
Probably, but that's not
Right.
important. You like your
not
children.
probably.
The difference is you like your children. You see how it's different?
Well, the difference is that it's not. I'm sure if you could, you would spend much more, more time than you are now. But
And yet somehow I managed to. Well, then again, my son is younger. We went to the Boy Scout thing and then watched the Muppet movie after. So
we've already seen the Muppet movie,
I know it's a good movie.
so there.
But the Mandalorian is
Yes.
It's
I don't believe everybody who says it's good.
it's really good.
it's good.
You guys, everybody lies about all the new Star Wars stuff.
No.
It's all good. Everyone
I
says
do
it's
not
good.
lie about
Yeah.
the Star Wars.
Yeah, neither do I.
But you don't. Okay, what happens is everybody says that something is good, and then like a month later, people are like, you know what? It didn't really make any sense, and it wasn't good. Like
No,
Grand Theft
it-
Auto 5.
You know what it reminded me of? Did you ever watch
What's that?
Samurai Jack?
No,
Yes.
It's a lot like that.
it's not a that's a cartoon, right?
It's
Yes.
they're all
But it's Adult Swim or something.
Yeah.
maybe. It
Adult.
wasn't super violent.
No, it has, but Samurai Jack and The Mandalorian have a similar vibe.
Okay, we will watch it
It's a
this
Western
weekend.
vibe.
Yes,
Okay.
it is the Western vibe. Is definitely.
I promise that we will watch it this weekend.
It doesn't get bogged down on having to remind you every 5 minutes that you're watching something in Star Wars. It shows it more than it tells it,
Got it. That's good.
which I appreciated from that show. Like, I never forgot I was watching something in the Star Wars universe, but they didn't have to
No.
telegraph it to me.
Right. But there's a lot of good Star Wars references. in
There's a ton of them, but they do it in a way that it's not distracting. The way some of the spin-off movies I felt too.
Right. None of them look directly at the camera.
Yeah, and wink at you and go, "Remember this?"
I clap.
Remember the beginning of A New Hope? That's how Darth Vader got there. I bet you always wondered how that door fell down.
Yeah, I don't know. It's getting old dunking on Star Wars.
It is
That's
getting
good.
old. That's
you
why
don't need to dunk on this one.
That's what I'm saying. This is like, it's like they listened to your complaints and made a TV show to fix it.
How much do you like watching someone walk into a room backlit? Is that something you're into? Because this show has that.
It does
a
have
lot.
It has a lot of shooting in it.
I like shooting.
It does not have a 30-second scene of someone driving in a car aimlessly for no reason, like a Netflix show.
It doesn't have people talking needlessly, like in an empty room either.
It also has a scene that essentially is a moment from like Skyrim, where you finished a quest and hand in the thing you fetched, and you get something in return to put on your armor.
Mm-hmm.
That
It's bounty
basically
hunter.
happened.
Yeah.
He
That's his
leveled
life.
up.
Got that upgrade.
Mm-hmm. That made me laugh. I'm like, oh, that's like a video game scene.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's worth watching.
It's just I'm not. There's so much Star Wars everywhere you go.
But there really
cannot-
isn't.
There is. Wombat.
There's...
I went to Home Depot.
Oh, you
this
mean
weekend.
there's so much Star Wars merchandising?
Just everywhere you go, Star Wars in some form. We were at Home Depot. There were a fucking Star Wars refrigerator.
I know.
It was an ad for Star Wars on the refrigerator. It wasn't a Star Wars refrigerator. It was. I don't even know what the fuck it was. It was It was an ad for Star Wars on a refrigerator and on washing machines.
They should make a Star Wars refrigerator.
They did, remember?
Well, I know they made a little one, but I need the big one with.
Ooh, and it should have
tons
an
of the
ice maker
carbonite.
on it, and all the ice looks like little Death Stars.
No. It should have a floating person inside it. In water. Suspended in water.
Oh, like a Bacta tank? I get it.
Exactly.
It's funny.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. You walk into Bed Bath & Beyond and the Darth Vader shower head.
Well, that's because the Skywalker movie comes out in a month.
It's just always. It's not because of the movie.
When that
It's just-
movie's not out, it'll all die down, and
No,
it'll
it's
all
too
be
much.
replaced, and you'll see Black Widow on everything.
It's too much. I don't
Well,
know.
hopefully this show continues to be good.
Yeah, it's only one episode. I don't know how many. I think there's only
Is-
8. So
Is John Favreau involved in
Favreau.
the other episodes or just the first episode?
I think he wrote the whole thing. At least I thought he did.
Oh, he wrote it?
Yeah, he wrote it.
He's not directing it.
He's not directing it.
I thought didn't he direct the first episode?
He did not direct the first episode.
Oh, he didn't.
No.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, it's got the right amount of Star Wars in it
All right.
and the right tone.
I didn't realize that my not subscribing to Disney Plus immediately would offend you guys so much. That was
It would. It
like,
did.
why?
Because that just seems like something you knew you should have done.
But why
Yep.
do I need it right at that moment?
I watched the Jeff Goldblum show as well.
Jeff
Enjoyed
Goldblum
that.
show is very good.
Yeah. It's
All
about
right.
sneakers. You like
Mhm.
sneakers?
I guess he has a show about sneakers.
Well,
Yeah,
he does
just
a
the
different
first
topic
episode.
every
Okay,
time.
got it.
Yeah. And then I
Okay,
watched
then.
Dumbo. You shouldn't watch Dumbo.
No, Dumbo seems bad. Dave
was
Filoni
bad.
directed the first episode of The Mandalorian. He also did the Star Wars. He was a head writer on Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated series.
Which I hear are both very good, but for some reason the animation style on those doesn't do it.
That's
for me.
one of those things where it's a bit much. Like, I don't need all that.
Right.
So.
There's plenty. There's plenty of other stuff to watch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he clearly knows his Star Wars.
I watched that Alita movie as well.
Battle Engine.
That's not on Disney Plus. That was on the plane.
Battle Engine Alita.
Battle Angel?
Angel. That
Uh,
was close.
No, it wasn't.
Battle Engine.
that
something, I
movie,
bet.
it has the right themes and the right plot and good fight scenes and everything. Like the visuals are nice to look at.
Right.
Every line of dialogue is worse than the one before it.
Just watch it
is-
with the sound down.
That's literally what you should do, is just watch it without these people talking. If they have a cut of that movie where there's no dialogue, that would be the way to go, because you would completely understand everything on the screen that is happening without the people having to tell you what is happening on the screen.
Right.
But a totally fine movie. I just wish my eyes could stop rolling at some point with every line. But you guys should check that out.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to roll my eyes at bad
I
dialogue.
bet Ty would really like it.
Right.
He doesn't have time to watch movies.
Time. We only have 40 minutes to watch something every week. Yeah.
Are you gonna-
He's busy.
Do you have your Valentine's Day plans
No. What's
set in
that?
motion? Sonic the Hedgehog movie, Valentine's Day.
Oh. You like his new look?
Yes.
I do.
Yeah, it's much
That
better.
old look was really bad.
It looked like a guy in a furry outfit.
It was bizarre. It's
Yeah.
amazing it made it as far as it did.
I don't know what they were thinking.
I don't think anyone does.
Yeah, I'll probably check that out with Ty.